On to the another class of beta lactams, which is beta lactam inhibitors. They include clavulanic acid, sulbactam, and tazobactam. Clavulanic acid, it is derived from Streptomyces clavuligerus. Now it inhibits variety of beta lactamases, both gram positive and negative, but it does not inhibit the class 1 beta lactamase. Okay, now it is also a progressive inhibitor because initially it forms a reversible bond, and later the bond converts into a covalent bond. So what happens is the inhibition increases with time, and it is also called as a suicidal inhibitor because it gets inactivated after binding to the enzyme beta lactamase. Now how does it work is it permeates through the cell membrane, the cell wall of the gram negative bacteria, and then it inhibits the periplasmically located beta lactamase. Now coming on to the pharmacokinetics, it is orally absorbed very rapidly. Oral absorption is rapid. It has a bioavailability of 60%. Then its T-half is around 1 hour. It undergoes changes, that is it is decarboxylated and hydrolyzed before excretion from the renal tubules. And then coming on to the uses, it is used in skin and soft tissue infections, intra-abdominal and gynecological sepsis, hospital acquired infections, which are also called as nosocomial infections. Then it is used in gonorrhea. In gonorrhea, the regimen is amoxicillin 3 gram plus clavulanic acid 0.5 grams, then probenecid 1 gram. Now it also causes some adverse drug reactions like candida stomatitis and hepatic injury in some. Then coming on to another a drug from this very class is sulbactam. Now what happens is it is very potent in inhibiting the class 2 and class 5 beta lactamase. It does not inhibit the class 1. Then it is very when we compare it to the clavulanic acid, it is less active, and it is the absorption is also is better when it is given orally, and it shows adverse drug reactions like diarrhea and thrombophlebitis.